Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. This is the arraignment calendar for August 28th of 2025, State Court of Clayton County. Before I call the calendar, this is criminal arraignment, I'm going to give you some instruction. So arraignment is probably the first time that your case has been before the trial court, where it can be resolved through a plea, a trial, or an administrative action. The first thing I'm going to ask people to do while I'm talking is to go ahead and change your name on the screen. I need to see your first and last name on the screen, not your phone designation. Lots of people have the same phone as you, but if I call your name and you're unable to answer, if I see your name on the screen, you'll get credit for being here. Otherwise, if I don't know you're here, then a bench warrant might issue. So go ahead and rename yourself. That's the Zoom function. I'll expect to hear three types of pleas today: a plea of guilty, not guilty, or nolo. Everyone is entitled to have an attorney represent them. If you do not have an attorney, cannot afford an attorney, please let us know. And at the appropriate time, we'll talk to you about whether you need the court to appoint an attorney to you. Now, if you are going to enter a plea of not guilty, that means that you wish to have a trial. The trial will take place at a later date. You'll have plenty of time to prepare for trial, and the state has the burden of proving the case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. So you do not have to give any evidence or testimony. You have a Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, which means that you don't have to give any evidence or testimony or participate in any way in the trial. The state has the burden of proving the case against you, but you do need to appear for trial. If you wish to represent yourself at trial, I do need to caution you that I cannot treat you any differently than I would treat an attorney who is knowledgeable in the rules of evidence and procedure. And so you would have a very difficult time at trial getting your information, your evidence into the record of the court, responding to objections, legal objections, challenging legal arguments that are made by the other side. Which, somebody told my mom once, well, all you do is talk. I can talk. Well, we've spent years in law school learning how to speak the right language in a court of law. So please be mindful that if you wish to represent yourself, that you may have some difficulties doing that. But if you decide to go to trial, the maximum penalty, if you were convicted, could be up to 12 months in jail, a $5,000 fine, or both per offense. If you believed that your conviction was a mistake, then you would have the opportunity to appeal that to an appellate court within 30 days of the verdict of the court. The appellate court might make a different decision. I'm not promising you that they will, but you would have the right to make that appeal. Also, if you did wish to enter evidence and testimony during the trial on your behalf, you could do that by waiving your right to remain silent if you wish to testify, or by having your counsel or yourself enter the testimony or evidence of other witnesses or documents. Okay. All right. So those are the rights that come with having a trial. If you enter a plea of guilty or nolo, we will resolve your case today. A nolo plea means that you understand that the state has evidence that they could present at trial that might result in a conviction. You do not wish to contest that evidence. Nolo contendory means not contesting. But you also do not wish to enter a plea of guilty and say that you are guilty of the underlying offense. A nolo plea has some benefits, particularly in traffic offenses, where it might help you avoid points on your license or the penalty of a suspension of your license. But you have to be careful because you can only use a nolo plea once every 5 years for the same or similar offense. So please be mindful of that, and we'll let you know if we can whether you are nolo eligible. If you're going to enter a plea of guilty, it means that you believe that you have committed the underlying offense, even if you don't agree with every part of the factual recitation from the state. You do believe that you have committed the offense and you wish to resolve that today. Now, those are the all of the options that you'll be faced with today. I'm going to begin calling your name. I do want to caution you a couple of other things. If you have a commercial driver's license, if you have a CDL, we cannot change what you're charged with or help you in any way just because you have a CDL. That's called masking, and it could get all of us fired and possibly prosecuted. So we can't do that. So you have the option, if you wish, to enter a not guilty plea. And while you're preparing for trial, do your research on what might happen with a conviction or a plea to your ability to drive under a CDL. We don't know your driving history, and we're not conversant in all of the laws for the state and federal laws that deal with over the road transportation. So please make sure that you do your research about that. So, because it's so hard to undo, and you might not be able to undo what we do, and it might affect your ability to earn a living. Also, if you are under the age of 21, it only takes 4 points to suspend your license. So please be mindful that when you are coming before the court, if you are an under 21 driver, your suspension will be longer than if you were 21 or over. It will be 6 months, and it will be what's called a hard suspension, meaning you will not have the benefit of a permit for school or work. So please be mindful of that. I'm going to call the calendar. If you're represented by counsel, your attorney will speak on your behalf. If you are representing yourself and you do not have an attorney, I need you to unmute so that I can see you and speak to you, and we'll discuss what's going to happen with your case. The first case on the calendar is Bianca Danielle Bass. If you're present, please let me know that you're present when you hear your name. Bianca Danielle Bass.
Your Honor, William Tidman for the state. I think Mr. Lynch is coming up to the computer.
All right, Mr. Lynch, unmute for me.
Your Honor, thank you. I did try to reach out to Ms. Bass. I was not successful.
All right, bench warrant bond forfeiture.
Your Honor, in this case, because it's only an open container, would the court be the state would consent to a one-time reset if the defense could attempt to get their client in within the next 30 days.
Okay, have you talked to her, Mr. Lynch?
But, the contact information I had was bad. I did submit I believe I tried to get records to find her, but I didn't make positive contact.
Okay, yeah, we'll leave it as a bench warrant bond forfeiture because if she hasn't changed her address to whatever her current mailing address is, then she's going to need to reach out to them. They can't find her.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Sheridan Vander Cruz Jr. Vander Cruz Jr.
State requests a bench warrant bond forfeiture, Your Honor. I was unable to determine if they had a valid license yet.
All right.
Sheridan is here.
Oh, all right. So, sir, do you have an attorney representing you?
No.
Do you wish to have an attorney represent you?
That's a good question. Should I? Do I need to?
Sir, I'm not your attorney. I can't tell you that. I can't advise you in any way. I can only give you the option. Are you over 21?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So it's up to you. You're charged with driving on a suspended or revoked license, no license, speeding 25 to 30 miles per hour over the limit, and marijuana 1 ounce or less. If you have a current license, that may make a difference to the state. I can't promise you that. But if you currently have a license, then that may address the first two charges.
Well, yes, I do have a license.
All right. So did you still wish to have an attorney represent you, or did you wish to represent yourself?
I represent myself.
All right. Mr. Tipton.
Your Honor, I will have, let me ask this. Mr. Cruz, your license, is it, I believe it's a South Carolina license. Is it still a South Carolina license?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you chat me the license number? I was having some difficulty with finding it previously. I need to independently determine whether or not your license is valid before I make my recommendation, just to make sure that all my I's and T's are taken care of.
Mr. Cruz, before you chat your license, please be mindful. So when you see the blue, like you go to the chat function, you'll see a blue box with everyone in it, or a name in it. Click on the blue box and you're going to go down until you see ASG Tipton, because you don't want to send your driver's license just out there to everybody. Okay.
And Your Honor, I just sent him a message asking him to respond to my direct message.
All right. Mr. Tipton is sending you a direct message, so you respond to ASG Tipton.
Okay.
Okay. Do you see it?
Yes, it says respond.
Okay.
It's supposed to be respond here. My apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your driver's license and the date of issue in there and the state. Okay. And I'm gonna mute you right now so that once Mr. Tipton gets that information, we'll come back to you. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Just keep your device muted until we're back to you. All right. The next person is Mercedes Calise Dixon. Mercedes Calise Dixon.
Judge,
I'm here. Oh, sorry.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
yes, Judge. Ms. Dixon is present. I believe that when she appeared to address a previous bench warrant, I thought that we had orally waived arraignment, entered a not guilty plea. And I believe that's what we're going to likely do today since it is appearing on this calendar. I'll just ask for a brief conference with Ms. Dixon to make sure that our position hasn't changed. But that's
all right. So you're entering a not guilty, but you want a conference with her.
Yeah, we'll just to make sure we're still on the same page, but I believe that's
all right. So Ms. Dixon, just to remind you that you're not to have any contact with the person that's listed on your bond conditions. If you were to have contact with them, your bond could be revoked and you could spend the remainder of the time until your case is resolved in jail. You could also be charged with additional misdemeanors or with a felony. So I'm going to ask you to mute, and then when Mr. Lynch is available, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Demond Jameer Drayton. Clarice St. Flex is the attorney.
Your Honor, we received an email this morning from Ms. St. Flex saying that she would be tardy this morning. I think it was either for 10:15 or 10:45. I cannot recall though.
Okay. All right. Is Drayton here? Demond Drayton? Demond Drayton.
Your Honor, when St. Flex arrives, if her client's still not here, I will request a bench warrant bond forfeiture.
Okay. So we'll hold. All right. Next is Annie Prosey Freeman. Annie Freeman.
Your Honor, state's going to request a bench warrant. I reviewed this license earlier and determined it was still invalid.
Last call for Annie Freeman. Okay, bench warrant will be granted. All right, next is Anthony Hendricks. Hendricks. Anthony.
here.
Okay.
Right here.
Mr. Hendricks is represented by Lister Holton Dennis.
And Judge, I did speak to Mr. Hendricks. I would just request probably a breakout room conference with him at the end of the calendar with either Ms. Tortorello or myself.
Richard Cameron Hess. Richard Cameron Hess.
Your Honor, it looks like that was waived. It looks like the waiver came down yesterday.
Okay, I love a last minute waiver. Who filed it?
Zuri Jackson, Your Honor.
Zuri
Yes, Your Honor.
Jackson.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, Zuri Kali, middle name is Kali, Jackson, common spelling.
All right, so that will be waived, but let's hope they don't go into the abyss. When folk waive, they don't show up again. All right, Lucky Kahim James.
Your Honor, Mr. James is present in court. I'll have a brief conference with him and see if we can get this resolved.
All right, Brandy Elizabeth Leonard.
Judge, she is in court. If you come up to the podium. You stand right here so the judge can hear you.
Ms. Leonard, do you currently have insurance, ma'am?
I do.
All right. Did you bring those documents with you?
I do. I don't even have that vehicle any longer though.
Okay, but you have current insurance for whatever vehicle you have now?
I do.
And are you have your tags,
Yes,
are
ma'am.
current? Do you have proof of that now?
I can go to my car, but I have proof of my insurance on my phone.
That won't be necessary, Your Honor. State moves to null pros.
All right, ma'am, your case is being null pros. Go ahead and make sure you keep your documents and work in good order, and you're free to go at this time, okay?
Thank you much.
Thank you. All right, Sharita Deshae Lucas.
Ms. Lucas, right? Judge, Ms. Lucas is present in court. We have had a discussion about how she wants to proceed. I'll just need a conference with her before we make an announcement.
All right, Ibrahim Owens. Ibrahim Owens.
Your Honor, state's going to request a bench warrant bond forfeiture.
Yeah, there probably already is one. The court notice was returned twice, but court's gonna issue a bench warrant bond forfeiture if it's not current in bench warrant status. Next is William Blake Reese, Attorney Fry, William Blake Reese.
Your Honor, a waiver was filed on that in June.
Okay. And that's Steve Fry still, right?
Yes, Your Honor, that's my understanding.
All right, Emmanuel Anwar Resto Jr. So the court is coming to the court's attention that Mr. Resto, the alleged victim in Mr. Resto's case, is a member of Team Hayward. So because of that, the court has issued a recusal. I signed it yesterday. I think we filed it yesterday, but if not, it should be filed by today. So the court is going to recuse from Mr. Resto's case, and another judge will need to be assigned.
Okay, Your Honor, just for the record, I'm Linda Wells. I'm one of the prosecutors over in Henry County, and I was going to stand in for the solicitor in Clayton County because of conflicts.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Wells.
But I will note that, and then if somebody could just send us a new arraignment notice so that we can be present for that, because there'll still be a conflict.
Yes, ma'am. So, ASG Wells, I will go ahead and I'm putting a note. Henry County is the recusal prosecutor in this case, and then we'll make sure that you all have that information. So the court is recused, and at this time, Mr. Resto is free to go. Ms. Wells, you're free to go, and then we'll keep your office in.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, Taquan Robert Coleman, or Coleman Taquan Robert. Oh, last name is Coleman. Okay. Taquan Robert Coleman.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lynch or Ms. Tortorello.
Judge, I believe I did speak to Mr. Coleman. I'm trying to pull up my notes here. But I'll just request a brief conference and we'll have an announcement. Oh, yeah, I would like a conference stay on this one. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, next is Candace Robinson White. Is it Candace Robinson White?
Judge, she is present in the courtroom.
Okay.
We have spoken. I believe we're entering a not guilty today, but I'll just have a brief conference and finalize that announcement.
All right, Ms. Robinson White, please be mindful that if you are entering a plea of not guilty, you have bond conditions that say you're not to have contact with a particular person or go to a particular location. If you were to have contact with that person in violation of the bond conditions, you could be arrested, have your bond revoked, and be arrested and spend the remainder of your time in jail until such time as the case is resolved. You could also be charged with additional misdemeanors or felonies. So just please be mindful of that. If you do not know what is on your bond conditions, please go downstairs to the first floor state court clerk's office and request a copy. All right. Robert Wyatt Ross.
Mr. Ross is in the courtroom, a conference with him. But he's in the courtroom, and that's the announcement, Judge.
All right. And Dion Seats.
I believe, okay. Yes, Judge, I'll have a conference with Ms. Seats.
Dion
And Your
Seats
Honor,
has 2 cases. Yes.
on the second case, I've confirmed that Dion Seats has a valid license now, so I'm only moving forward on the speeding with the second case. I just want the defense to know that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tipton. All right. Tia Janice Ward.
Judge, on the Zoom call, she has had contact with the office. I believe Ms. Tortorella or myself will do a breakout room with Ms. Ward today.
All right. Jawan Devontae Weldon.
Judge, he is in the courtroom, and I believe Mr. Tipton, well, he's presently in the courtroom, and I think he shared some information about his license status with Mr. Tipton.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lynch collected his license for me, and I was able to confirm that that his license is valid. I have submitted a null pros to Your Honor shortly after the calendar started.
All right. So, Mr. Weldon, you're free to go at this time. Thank you. And please make sure that you keep your documents in order. Last case on the calendar is Daphne Michelle Wynn.
It's going to request a Ben for bond forfeiture.
I'm actually
No,
here.
she's present.
Oh, there
Yeah.
she is. My apologies.
Sorry. I'm here.
Ms. Wynn, so
Yes.
I have speeding 26 to 30 miles per hour over the limit and distracted driving. Do you have an attorney or wish to have an attorney represent you?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay, and did you wish to represent yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you over 21?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to allow the state to speak directly to you about their recommendation in this case. If you have a hands-free device or if your vehicle is hands-free enabled, then that may help a lot with at least one of these charges, okay?
And
It
Your
will,
Honor,
please.
Your Honor, if Miss Wynn is amenable to pleading to the speeding, I will dismiss driving, regardless of whether or not she's got a hands-free device.
Okay, so Ms. Wynn, he said that if you're wanting to, once he gives this recommendation, if you want to plead to the speeding, he's going to dismiss the driving while distracted. So.
And Your Honor, I've reviewed her file, I've reviewed her case history, I've reviewed her driver's history. In exchange for a plea of driving 51 in a 25 during school hours, it will be a $300 fine if she would like to plead today.
Okay, I would plead NOLO, but I do have a question. Would that add points to my license?
Okay, hold on, is she NOLO eligible?
Yes, Your Honor. Her last her last moving violation was 2015. The only reason the fine is so high is because it was during school hours and it was double what the school zone speed limit was.
Okay, so Ms. Wynn, the fine is $300. The fine and fees total would be $444. I would give you 30 days to pay anyway because you're not at the courthouse, but I can give you up to 60 days to pay if you needed the additional time, and you are NOLO eligible, which would mean that you don't have to incur any fines. I mean, that you don't have to incur any points from the Department of Driver Services, because there will be a substantial number of points with that speed.
Okay. Are there any concessions for having spent a night in jail?
Mr. Tipton?
One moment, ma'am. They didn't include that in your file, so I'm gonna look in our and confirm that.
This ticket was given during the pandemic in 2020, and it never showed up until recently.
Okay, give me one more, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're having that happen with some of these cases where We thought we sort of cleared the backlog, and then some more of them are coming up from magistrate court. So we're just dealing with them as they come. Ms. Nguyen, I apologize for the delay.
So,
No
Ms.
problem.
Nguyen, I have you as having spent a little over 2 hours in the Clayton County Jail. I will reduce the fine from $300 to $200.
Now, I was traveling out of town working a disaster relief for FEMA, and I got arrested in Habersham, and I spent a night and a half a day in jail.
You were in Haversham and they transferred you to
I was
Clayton?
coming home. Yeah, I was coming home to
Your Honor,
Atlanta.
it appears that that's for a bench warrant.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, that's
No, no.
not the same. If you were arrested for a bench warrant, that just means that you didn't update your address and you were arrested because we didn't have your current address on file. So I believe the current amount is $200, which would be $298 with the surcharges. And if you still needed up to 60 days to pay, that would be no problem.
That would be great.
All right, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, so Miss Nguyen, you can put your hand down. All right, you're before the court on 2020 CR 03463, Daphne Michelle Nguyen, count one, speeding in a school district 26 to 30 miles per hour over the limit. Count two, distracted driving. Per the agreement with the state, count one is going to be a NOLO plea. Count two will be a no pros. By entering a plea of NOLO to count two, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, factual basis, please, and we have the recommendation.
yes, Your Honor. On March 13th of 2020, the defendant before you, Miss Daphne Michelle Nguyen, was driving on the roadways of Clayton County during a time when the school lights were flashing to alert drivers of a reduced speed, traveling on the roadway at 51 miles per hour when that speed was listed as 25 miles per hour. Those are the facts of the case, Your Honor. That is, and it's within the roadways of Clayton County.
All right, so ma'am, I'm going to accept your plea of NOLO. The fine will be $200. With the surcharges, it's going to be $298. I'll give you 60 days in which to pay. The only thing I ask at this time, ma'am, is do you know how to use the chat function?
Yes.
Okay. When you go to the chat function, click on the name in blue in the blue box, and you'll see a pull down menu. I want you to find Amanda Wright, Ryte. So you're looking for Amanda Wright. She's our court clerk, and you're going to send her your email address. Ms. Wright is going to send back your information by email. She'll also send you information about how to pay online or by phone if you do not wish to come into the Clayton County Courthouse at 9151 Terra Boulevard. But if you come into the courthouse, you can pay on the second floor.
Okay, I am sending that to her now.
All right, and once Ms. Wright has received your information, then you'll be free to go. Just make sure that you pay it on or before the 60th day. And I always say pay it before, because you don't want a computer glitch or something to happen if you fail to pay by the 60th day, an arrest warrant could issue.
Okay.
All right.
I have it.
All
Okay.
right, thank you. All right, Ms. Nguyen, be safe.
Thank you. God bless.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that concludes the call of the calendar. We have several individuals that have announced that the attorneys have announced they need conferences. So I'll go ahead and set up the breakout rooms so that they can conference. And then once those attorneys begin making announcements, we can determine whether those cases are going to go to trial or have a plea today. All right, Mr. Lynch, you and Ms. Tortorello, I guess have indicated that you all need to speak with someone.
Yes, Judge. First of all, Ms. Mercedes Dixon is going to enter a not guilty plea. And so I think you've already addressed her if she may be excused.
Yes, Ms. Dixon, you may be excused. If you do not have a copy of your bond conditions, ma'am, please come by the Clayton County Courthouse at 9151 Terra Boulevard. Go to the first floor and ask for a copy of those bond conditions. That's crucial, okay?
Okay.
All right,
So
thank you.
what's the next steps that I need to do?
You're going to keep in touch with your attorney. You've entered a plea of not guilty.
Okay.
So you will go on the trial calendar, but if the attorneys continue to speak with each other, some things may change. And so you always want to be able to reach your attorney and you want them to be able to reach you. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am. All right. So, Mr. Lynch, did you have any other announcements or did you wish to be put in a breakout room?
Break.
I'm sorry.
And Your Honor, may we readdress the cruise matter?
Sure.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, what we doing?
Okay, Your Honor, I wasn't sure if the court was ready at this time.
ready.
I've confirmed that Mr. Cruz's license is valid. The state will be null processing the driving while license suspended, the no license, and the marijuana charge in exchange for going forward simply on the speeding charge. If Mr. Cruz would like to take the state's offer, the recommendation would be that he go on 12 months temporary probation to pay a $500 fine and complete a defensive driving class. His speed was 91 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone.
All right, Mr. Cruz. You got to unmute for me. Mr.
Yeah.
Cruz, were you auditioning to drive ambulances? What was going on, sir?
I was just in a rush to get home, to use the bathroom. Nothing crazy.
Okay. So, sir, the Mr. Tipton has stated that if you wish to enter a plea today, he's going to null pros counts 1, 2, and 4. That would leave you entering a plea to speeding 25 to 30 miles per hour over the limit. And if I'm not mistaken, he did say that you are NOLO eligible, which would help you to avoid points on your license. Did you wish to do that?
With the NOLO, I heard he mentioned probation.
He mentioned probation because of the amount of the fine. So the fines and fees, he said $500 fine and a driver improvement course. So the probation is to give you time to do the driver improvement course and pay the fines and fees, but it would terminate as soon as you have completed both of those requirements. The $500 fine with the fees would be a total of $737.50. The driver improvement course, you would take the one that is recommended by the Department of Driver Services for Georgia. So don't just Google driver improvement courses or defensive driving courses. What I want you to do is go directly to the Georgia Department of Driver Services, the website for where you get your license. They have a pull down menu for driver improvement courses. Find the one that's most convenient to you. They give a particular form that this is what courts accept. So that is what the course you would have to take. But upon completion of the payment and upon completion of the course, then your probation would terminate and you would be finished.
Yeah, I'm currently going through a financial hardship. That's a lot of money that I don't
That
have
was a
right.
lot of speed, sir.
Yeah, if you can help me out with the fine,
Help you
that
out how, sir?
that's a lot of money that I don't have right now. I'm in a mix of trying to find a job. Yeah, it's just been tough right now, and
You're
I
Would be
yeah.
amenable to changing it to changing the fine from $500 fine to 50 hours of community service. If community service would be better for Mr. Vanda Cruz.
Mr. Vanda Cruz, 50 hours of community service, and still you'd have to do the defensive driving course or the driver improvement course.
How much? 15 hours?
50.
50?
Mhm.
Okay. I could do that.
All right. So raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Mr. Cruz, you're before the court on 2023 CR 00362 for Sheridan Vanda Cruz Jr. You're representing yourself. You're over 21. Is that correct?
Correct.
You're before the court for driving on a suspended or revoked license, count 1, no license, count 2, speeding 25 to 30 miles per hour over the limit, count 3, and marijuana 1 ounce or less, count 4. The state has decided to no pros counts 1, 2, and 4. Count 3, you're entering a plea of nolo. By doing so, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes.
All right. Factual basis.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, on March 15th of 2022, officers with the Clayton County Police Department, while conducting routine traffic enforcement on I-75 South near Mount Zion Boulevard, did observe the defendant before you, Mr. Sheridan Vanda Cruz Jr., driving down the roadway while driving at a speed of 91 miles per hour. That was determined by a LiDAR, specifically LiDAR serial number 11096. The roadway was clearly marked for 65 miles per hour.
All right.
And Your Honor, the recommendation, because of Mr. Vanda Cruz's hardship, is 12 months probation, 50 hours of community service, and just to emphasize, that's 50, and a driver improvement course to be done through the Georgia Department of Driver Services.
All right. All right. So, Mr. Cruz, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with the probation expert. Ms. James is going to explain to you all of the things that you need to do to successfully complete probation. But sir, don't waste time. Go ahead and get it done, because as soon as you complete the 50 hours of community service and the driver improvement course, your probation can terminate. There are probation fees associated with it. So, there's a $50 a month fee. As long as you're on there, you'll pay the $52, it's $50 a month fee for probation supervision. But the quicker you get it done, the quicker you won't have to pay that or be on probation. Please make sure you ask any questions that you might have of Ms. James regarding your situation and how to best complete probation. And the last thing is, the quickest way to get rearrested is to not attend your probation reports. Please make sure you report probation as directed. Do you understand? Sir?
Yes, but do probation have to be included in this?
Mr. Cruz, you ain't for a lot. For somebody who was driving with marijuana in the car and no license or suspended or revoked license. You asking for a whole lot for somebody who was out here riding dirty like a millionaire. Come on now, grow up. What I'm telling you is probation is there because we have to monitor that you're going to actually do the driving course, and that's how it gets monitored. Probation does that for me. So yes, it's going to be there until you complete everything. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, you're way too old for this foolishness. Get it done, sir. Quicker you get it done, the quicker we can not have to be in a relationship together. Because while you're on probation, we're in a relationship. we can break up as soon as you get the driver improvement course done and as soon as you do the 50 hours of community service. We clear? Because all this negotiating back and forth, I'm not for all that. All right, so I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Miss James. She's gonna explain everything you need to know. And you don't have to come back to this main room, just get your probation stuff done. All right, thank you.
Appreciate you.
All
Your
right,
Honor,
so,
if I may
yes.
please the court,
Yes, Ms. Tortorello?
may I please be placed in a breakout room with Miss Tia Ward?
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, so Ms. Tortorello, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Miss Ward. I'll put you in breakout room number 3. Miss Ward, breakout room number 3. You'll see the invitation pop up. And then Mr. Lynch, did you need to be placed in a breakout room? I think Mr. Lynch is talking to people in the courtroom. All right, so once the attorneys come back and make announcements, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and move the conferences around as necessary, and we'll take whatever other announcements that they make. So please keep your devices muted because I don't want to hear a lot of foolishness. And sometimes I hear a lot of foolishness and I don't want to. So please keep your devices muted until such time as you hear us come back on, or if I send you an invitation to the breakout room, you'll see it pop up on your screen and you just can go into the breakout room through that invitation. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Whoever's listed as iPad, please mute your device and change your name. Thank you.
Mm. Mm.
Please mute your device and change your name on Zoom to your first and last name. Thank you.
Mm.
You won't bring it up?
Yeah, but it says I gotta put my name, your name and all in there, and I don't know how.
Mm.
My name is Kung.
Please remain muted until the judge calls your name. Thank you.
Did you unmute it?
Jeffrey Bumgart.
Please mute your device until the judge calls your name. If you don't know how to change your name on your device, please look on YouTube. They have plenty of tutorials on how to do it. Thank you.
Your Honor, I have an announcement on Miss Tia Ward.
Say again?
I'm not speaking to you, Mr. Perrigan Cantino.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mr. Obono? Is it Mr. Obono? Obono?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna mute you, but we will call your name at the appropriate time, okay? Everyone who's here for the 11 o'clock calendar, please do not panic. We're just finishing up some cases from the 10 o'clock calendar. We know that you're here. If you have your first and last name on the calendar, we'll appreciate you. Just mute your device, okay? If you don't know how to rename yourself, you can just look up a video about how to rename yourself on Zoom. But essentially, if you activate the screen near your name, you should see a blue box with 3 white dots. Click on that blue box. Rename will be one of the functions you're looking for. Click on rename and type your name into the box and hit enter. So that's the quick and dirty. So I need your first and last name, not your first name and an initial. I need the name that I'm going to see on my calendar.
Yes.
Ms. Tortorello, what's your announcement, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. We are waiving formal arraignment and pleading not guilty.
All right. So, Ms. Ward, you're entering a plea of not guilty. That means that you need to keep in touch with your attorney. You're going to be preparing for trial. Things can change, so you may get an offer that you're willing to accept by plea, but you'll only get that if you keep in touch with your attorney while you're preparing for trial. Like I said, you could get an offer that you wish to accept. Please, if you do not have your bond conditions, come to the courthouse to the first floor and get a copy of those and read them so that you don't get in any trouble on this case. And at this time, you are free to go. Okay?
Right. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. All right. Who's next?
I don't have any further announcements. Your Honor.
Attorney St. Flex has appeared for Mr. Damon Drayton.
I'm sorry, you said the attorney is here for Drayton?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is Drayton here?
He is not, Your Honor. I came to the courthouse, but I did not see him. I did receive an appointment for him, At this time, I want to just waive his arraignment and then just report back to the court as far as my announcement. I think I already have a trial date set for him in October for calendar call.
All right, okay, but he's got to show up at some point, and also he's continued to speak with the state, so that if you all are able to work out something before then, you can do that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. So Hendricks is a conference. Is Dixon going to be confirmed or not guilty? I believe so.
Yes, Your Honor. Attorney Lynch made that announcement already.
Okay.
Not guilty.
All right. So Hendricks is a conference, James is a conference, Lucas is a conference, Owens is a bench warrant bond forfeiture. We're still waiting on Coleman. I have that Robinson White is a not guilty. Ross is a conference, and I believe Mr. Lynch is speaking with Ross now. Seats is a conference, and Ward has been confirmed as a not guilty. All right. So when you have more announcements, we'll be back. Ms. Tortorella, did you need to be placed in a breakout room with anyone else?
If I could be placed in a breakout room with Mr. Hendricks.
All right. So Mr. Hendricks, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Ms. Tortorello. You'll see the announcement pop up on your screen. Second.
And Your Honor, we do have some folks on the 11 o'clock that are pro se. I'm not sure if Your Honor would like to go through the 11 o'clock calendar while we have Ms. Tortorella, since it's 11:03 now.
All right. Well, just give me one moment.
Davis is here. Tierra Davis is here.
Okay, Ms. Davis, I didn't ask you to yell out that you're here. We're clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Man, I'm going to call your name. So if you're here and I can see you on the screen, that's perfect. But I will call your name when I'm ready to call the calendar, so we can acknowledge that you're here. And I'm real lenient. I will wait for you. I'll call your name several times. So I'm not just going to go on without you, right?
No, big shit.
There it goes.
Hey.
Judge, I do have a few announcements.
Mm. Mm.
Is it me again?
Mm. Mm. Chờ lắm đâu.
Everybody's saying it right.
Mm.
Where'd
Your Honor, state has an announcement on the 11 a.m. calendar.
It says the video's off. I'm gonna turn it back on.
Is she talking?
Where's she at?
Tammy Hayward.
Right there. No, that's Tony. That's Tammy. Yeah, Tammy Long Hayward.
That's it.
Okay.
Whoever's listed as iPad, please mute yourself. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Lynch, you have announcements. Mr. Tiffin, you have announcements?
One announcement on the 11 a.m.
Okay.
I've reviewed the files that we have. It appears that the only case we'll cross on without information is Hardaway. So if Mr. Marquez Hardaway is present, I'd like to excuse him from the courtroom.
All right, so you said that's the only one you found so far for a no pros?
Yes, Your Honor. The other case, the other cases, it appears that either the licenses we don't have good information on, or the licenses are still suspended.
All right, so Mr. Hardaway, Marquez Hardaway, your case will be no pros. Anyone associated with that case, you're free to go at this time. Thank you. All right, so back to the 10 o'clock calendar. Mr. Lynch, did you have announcements?
I'm not sure if he stepped out of the courtroom, Your Honor. I'll give him a call and ask him to step back in.
Sir with the beard and glasses who has iPad, what's your name for me? Okay, you gotta unmute. Mr. Hendricks, hold on. Okay, all right, sir, you're looking for what looks like an old-fashioned microphone?
Can
There
you
you
hear me now?
go. All right, what's your name for me, sir?
Jeffrey Baumgart.
Jeffrey Baumgartner?
No, just Baumgart.
Baumgart. Okay, let me see if I can get you renamed.
Yeah, I put it in a few minutes ago, but thing went away, so I had to redo it.
That's all right, I got you. Is that it?
Yes, ma'am, that's me.
All right, so just hold on a second.
The Jeffrey is Jefffery. It's spelled like a girl's name. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I got a sister named Zachary.
Okay.
And I was named after a Michael Jackson song.
Okay, cool.
Got you. There we go. All right, so we'll be right back. Mr. Tipton, what you got for me?
Your Honor, that was just the only thing I had was what I announced earlier, and I contacted Mr. Lynch. I believe you wanted to, I believe you want some announcements from Mr. Lynch.
Mr. Lynch, what you got for me?
I have an announcement too, Your Honor, whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. Mr. Lynch is muted.
I'll let Mr. Lynch.
Go ahead, Ms. Tortorella.
Oh, thank you. For Mr. Anthony Hendricks, we're ready to move forward with a negotiated plea.
Right. What you got, Mr. Lynch?
Mr. Ross is present in the courtroom, wishes to resolve the case with the Defender Act. I also have Ms. Lucas wishes to enter a not guilty plea at this time.
All right. So, Ms. Lucas, you know what got you here. Please be mindful of that. You do not want a repeat of the issues that got you before this court. And please be mindful that, you know, you have to make sure that you are safe on the road and others are safe on the road also, okay? Please keep in touch with your attorneys. And if things change with respect to their negotiations with the state, they will let you know, but you also need to be in touch with them and they need to be in touch with you to prepare for trial. All right, you're free to go at this time. And did you have other announcements, Mr. Lynch?
Yes, Judge. Mr. James Lucky, I believe, would like the court to take a no-lo plea on his case.
All right.
And I am waiting on some documents for Ms. Seat's case.
Robinson White is still a not guilty?
Well, Judge, I think that Mr. Tipton was reviewing it for potential PTI, although I know that's so, but in lieu of that, it's likely going to be a not guilty.
Okay. All right, so let's get started with the pleas. Hendricks? Mr. Hendricks,
Yes.
raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Hendricks, you're before the court. Anthony Hendricks, 2023 CR 03201 for criminal trespass. You're represented by Olin Lynch with the law firm of Lister, Holt & Dennis. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offense before the court?
Your Honor, it's Ms. Tortorella. My
I'm sorry, Ms. Tortorella, what is your client plead?
It will be a no-lo plea, Your Honor, and defense stipulates to the facts.
All right, so by entering a plea of nolo, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things?
I understand.
All right, factual base. I'm sorry, they're stipulating to the facts. Recommendation, Mr. Tipton?
Yes, Your Honor. That would be 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served, balance suspended upon do not return to the incident location. That is 639 Garden Walk Boulevard, apartment A1231 in Atlanta, in a portion of Atlanta that's in Clayton County.
All right. All right. All right, so anything, Mr. Tortorella?
Only that you accept the plea as negotiated, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hendricks, you know what got you here before the court. Please be mindful of that and don't repeat that behavior. If you need to separate yourself from someone, do so, so that you can stay out of trouble. I'm going to accept your plea of nolo, sentence you to 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to 639 Garden Walk Boulevard, Atlanta, Georgia, Clayton County. All right, you're free to go at this time, sir.
All right.
Are we ready on James? Lucky James?
Yes, Judge, we are ready.
All right, Mr. James?
Sorry, we got it set up a little differently.
Raise your right hand for me, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court, sir, on 2021 CR 06040 for following too close. Lucky Kahim James, you're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Mr. Lynch is with you at the podium. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plead to the offense before the court?
Judge, he would ask the court to accept a no-low plea. He should be eligible based on his report.
All right, so Mr. James, I'll accept your plea of nolo. By entering that plea, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On May 14th of 2021, officers with the Clayton County Police Department South near Highway 138 Southeast in Stockbridge, in a portion of, in a part of Stockbridge that's within Clayton County's borders. It was determined that the defendant before you, Mr. James, was driving his vehicle in a manner that was unreasonably close to another vehicle, causing an accident. Your Honor, state's recommendation is a $100 fine. Mr. James is NOLO eligible.
All right. Anything, Mr. Tortorella? I mean, Mr. Lynch.
No, Judge. He said he'd go ahead and pay today.
All right. So, Mr. James, I'm going to accept your plea of nolo. The fine is $100. It's $151.50 with the surcharges. If you head down to the second floor, once you leave the courtroom, when you come back through the double doors, go to your left, you'll see the traffic court window. You can pay your fines and fees there, and they'll give you your paperwork, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, sir. Be safe.
Thank you.
All right. Ross?
And Judge, before we go forward with this plea, if you could put Ms. Tortorello in a breakout room with Mr. Taekwon Roberts, I think we can get a quick announcement on that.
All right, breakout room number 3. All right, Mr. Ross, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Mr. Ross, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Robert Wyatt Ross, 2022 CR 03914 for theft by shoplifting. What is your client plead to the offense before the court?
Judge, he will plead guilty. He is asking the court to take this plea, which is negotiated under the First Offender Act.
All right. So, Mr. Ross, I'm sure that your attorney has explained to you the pros and cons of doing this under the First Offender Act. This will be a one-shot deal, but if you successfully complete the terms and conditions of your sentence, this will not appear as a conviction on your record. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So by entering a plea of guilty under the First Offender Statute, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On December 30th of 2020, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to the Walmart located in Ellenwood here in Clayton County. Specifically, that's 2940 Anvil Block Road in Ellenwood. There it was determined that the defendant before you did, let's see, take certain merchandise that from the Walmart and fix the tags for cheaper products to the more expensive Lego sets in an attempt to deprive the retail establishment of the value of the value of the Lego set. Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 2 days, balance probated, do not return to Walmart, anti-shoplifting class, 40 hours of community service. And the state would not object to early termination upon completion.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
Judge, I am requesting that the court accept the recommendation from the state. We would ask for early termination. My client does not have a previous criminal record of anything more serious than a traffic offense. He is remorseful for his actions on that date and has not had any other issues with the law. And so that's what we're asking the court to do.
Mr. Ross, you were trying to get the cut rate Millennium Falcon?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to accept your plea, and we're going to chalk this up under so many youthful indiscretions and foolishness. I'm looking at you, so I know if you look young now, you were way young then. I'm gonna need y'all 20-somethings to kind of get it together. 12
You just
months.
turned 30, Your Honor.
Oh boy, he was a 20-something. I know it. Because this is a pretty old case. Yeah. Sir, 12 months to serve 2 days, balance probated, so that you can take an anti-theft course and 40 hours of community service. And just as an aside, to anybody listening, Walmart has more cameras than just about any place else I know. So even when you're stealing and you think you're getting away with it, you're really not. You're on camera somewhere. Just remember that.
So everyone, and Your Honor, let's not forget, Walmart is the company that pioneered facial recognition technology.
And that. So the anti-theft class, the 40 hours of community service, the state and the defense have agreed that it's okay if probation terminates upon completion. So the quicker you get that done, the quicker that you will be off probation. Make sure that you report to probation as directed, because the quickest way to get rearrested is to not report to your probation. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So when you leave the courtroom, you're going to go next door to courtroom 305. When you come back through the first set of double doors, you're going to see Miss James, the probation expert, is going to be in one of those offices. If she's meeting with someone, she'll have you wait outside until she's ready to do your intake. Ask her any questions that you might have about your particular situation and probation. And then just make sure that if you have any issues, you share those with your probation officer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's get this taken care of, Mr. Ross, so we're not back here again.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, I'm gonna read the 11 o'clock calendar. Let's go ahead and call that. First name.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I do have one announcement. I am null processing Robert Coleman.
On the 10 o'clock?
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
So Coleman will be null process. The only case that I'm waiting for on 10 o'clock is Seats. I'm sorry, Seats has 2 cases. So Coleman will be null process. The last remaining case on 10 a.m. is Seats. On the 11 o'clock calendar, first name is Banks, Gabrielle Banks. Gabrielle Banks.
Judge, I'm sorry, if I'm not mistaken, I did file a waiver for Ms. Banks.
I don't see a waiver, but I do know that notice has been returned twice.
So
Can
Judge,
somebody confirm a waiver?
I did file it yesterday, Judge. I did speak to her about that issue.
Are
Judge.
you in contact with her?
I am, Judge, and I actually told her
Are you
that,
going to get her to change her address, which she can now do by using the QR code on the very innovative website that state court has?
I will absolutely do that, Judge. I actually had her on standby just because I anticipated there might be issue, but she's working, so I was hoping that the court would accept my waiver.
All right, Jeffrey Baumgart is here. There's a Whitney Gibbs, attorney for Mr. Baumgart.
Is that Mr. Baumgart in the courtroom?
No, Mr. Baumgart's on video.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me.
His attorney is listed as a Whitney Gibbs. Is there a waiver? Ms. Wright, can you check and see if she filed a waiver?
And Your Honor, may Mr. Robert Coleman be excused?
Yes. And, Mr. Coleman, you may be excused. Thank you. Be safe, sir.
Thank
All
you,
right.
ma'am.
You're welcome, sir. Baumgart. Mr. Baumgart, have you spoken to your attorney, Ms. Gibbs?
I did find Mr. Lynch's waiver, but I don't see one for Miss Gibbs.
All right, Mr. Baumgart, have you spoken to Ms. Gibbs?
No, ma'am.
Do you have a number for her?
No, ma'am. What's on that ticket?
2022. Oh, what's talking about?
No, talking about the phone number for Miss Gibbs. He said I have an attorney, but I didn't know I had one.
Oh, I didn't know you had one either. There's no number on here.
Okay. So I have a Whitney L. Gibbs as the attorney. Was this case in a municipal court?
Hannah.
It was Hannah for Transportation was a trucking company I used to drive for.
Okay.
And they had lawyers, and I don't know who they talked to.
Okay, that might have been what happened. So if Ms. Gibbs is not representing you, do you wish to have an attorney represent you, or do you wish to represent yourself?
I'll represent myself.
All right. And Ms. Wright, do you see an entry for Ms. Gibbs?
I see an entry of appearance. Let me see if it's actually her. There's a farmer's insurance, excuse me, email address.
But there's no
entry of appearance is by Carl Victors and James Gilson from the law firm of Hall, Booth, and Smith.
They don't do criminal. All right. Mr. Baumgart, Hall Booth Smith is a corporate firm. They don't really do criminal.
That may be what he's talking about with his company then.
Yeah, they may have been like they may have sent somebody to represent your company's interest.
They did. They didn't care about me. I mean, they just took care of themselves.
All right. So you're wanting to represent yourself, or did you want me to appoint one of the attorneys who's available?
No, I'm fine. I'll take care of myself.
All right. So, Mr. Lynch, I'm not Mr. Lynch, Mr. Tipton, can you tell Mr. Baumgart what the recommendation would be in this case? It's
yes, Your Honor. It will be a $100 fine, and he is NOLO eligible.
Okay. So, Mr. Baumgart, I thought I heard you say you're a driver. You're NOLO eligible, which means that it would keep you from having points on your license. With a regular license. Now, I'm not sure what would happen if you have a commercial license, but
excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
I do see a substitution of counsel for Whitney Gibbs of Quintauros, Preto, Wood, and Boyer.
Yeah, that's another corporate firm. Yeah, they're for I guess the company sent them, but none of them do. They're not known for criminal. Mr. Baumgart wants to represent himself. He's able to do that.
Okay.
And this is, I know they were probably in the case a while ago because of when it first happened.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Mr. Baumgart, it would be, if you were wanting to enter a NOLO plea, that would maybe assist you with the points. And the $100 fine is a total of $151.50. And I could give you up to 60 days in which to pay it.
Okay.
Did you wish to pay it?
She was asking how do we pay the fine?
So we would you would send us your email address and we'll send you the sentencing sheet. You can pay online or by phone, and those instructions should be in the email that we send you, or you can come into 9151 Tierra Boulevard and pay in person on the second floor. So you have like 3 options.
I'd rather do it by phone or mail, email, however y'all want me to do it, because I'll drive night shift at a feed company here local at home.
Yeah, I thought I heard you say you were a driver. So yeah, you got 3 options. As long as you do it within the 60 days, you should be able to do it online or by phone.
No problem. No problem.
All right. Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on 2023 CR 00733, Jeffrey Baumgart. Mr. Baumgart, we've had a discussion about the attorney who was representing the former company, but you're wishing to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. By entering a plea of nolo to improper lane change, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please, Mr. Tipton.
Yes, Your Honor. On November 20th of 2022, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to I-75 North and Old Dixie Road. There it was determined that the defendant before you, Mr. Jeffrey Baumgart, did fail to drive his vehicle as nearly as reasonable entirely within a single lane of traffic, causing a traffic accident. Those are the facts of the case, Your Honor. State's recommendation is a $100 fine plus court costs.
All right. Mr. Baumgart, so do you know how to use the chat function? If not, I can walk you through it.
I don't know how to get back into it. I was in it earlier.
Okay. Ms. Wright, if you could send him a test chat that he can respond to. So Miss Amanda Wright is going to send you a chat. You'll see a red box with a white number in it. Click on that. And then it should open up a box where you can respond to her with your email address.
Has she sent it yet?
That's right.
Yes, I sent it.
Okay. So look for anything that says chat, or you're looking for a red box with a number in it.
Okay. I'm gonna turn the thing to my wife because she's a little better at her keyboard. I'm gonna let her type it in for me.
All right, no problem. So just make sure you check it before you hit send, that you have all the letters and numbers in the right place. Mr. Baumgart, check your email within the next day or so. You should get it. If you don't get something from the Clayton County Clerk's office, then check your spam folder, okay? All right. So Ms. Baumgart, when you hit send, let me know, okay? All right. Next person on the calendar is Harold Cardwell. Harold Cardwell, Mr. Holton Dennis.
Judge, Mr. Cardwell is present here in the courtroom. I have spoken to him. I do want to just have a brief conference to make sure that we've gone over everything we need to. So I request a conference.
I hit send.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Y'all are free to go. Just make sure you pay honor before the 60th day and be safe, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So Mr. Cardwell, Mr. Lynch, you said that you're working on his announcement.
Yes, Judge. It's likely going to be a not guilty plea. I just need to make sure I relay the offer to him so that I can do my due diligence as far as that.
All right. Angel Charnay Collins. Angel Charnay Collins.
I believe Ms. Collins, I noticed on the Zoom call. Ms. Collins, if you can please unmute yourself.
I'm here.
Okay. Ms. Collins, you have an announcement for Collins, Ms. Tortorella?
Not at this time, Your Honor. I would need to conference with her.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Collins, I'm going to mute your device until such time as I put you in a breakout room to speak with Mr. Tortorello. Letitia Shante Compton.
Judge, I believe Ms. Compton is on the platform.
I'm here.
All right.
And I believe that if I can have one moment, I want to review my note here because I think I know what we're doing. This is going to be a resolution. I just want to touch base with Mr. Tipton to make sure that we're on the same page, but I believe we'll go ahead and resolve this case.
All right. Ms. Compton, just mute your device and then we'll come back to you in a moment, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you. Tiara Lee Davis.
Your Honor, that's a waiver that was filed. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. That waiver was filed in 20. Yeah, that's actually a waiver that was filed timely. There was a waiver filed, so that would be a waiver of arraignment, not guilty plea for Mr. Laguda.
All right, so Ms. Davis, Mr. Laguda, your attorney, please keep in touch with him. He's going to be negotiating with the state regarding your case. If you're going to go to trial, y'all need to prepare for trial. If something new comes up, he's going to have to present that to you. But at this time, you are free to go.
And Your Honor, just to make the court aware, it appears that 2 waivers were filed at the same time for one case. She has 2 cases. And, oh, I'm sorry.
We'll extend it to both.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So also, Ms. Davis, please remember that you have bond conditions. Please adhere to those bond conditions. If not, you could be charged with additional misdemeanors or felonies, and you could have your bond revoked and spend the remainder of your time in jail until your cases are resolved. Do you understand?
Can you tell me what cases these are? What case it is? If it's
Hold on. So you have 2 cases. The first case is 2023 CR 03760, terroristic threats and acts. The second case is 2023 CR 04044, improper lane change. Mr. Sam Laguda is representing you on both of those cases.
Yes, ma'am. What are the bond conditions for? I didn't know it was bond conditions on a traffic charge. What do I need to?
The bond conditions would be on the terroristic threats and acts, ma'am.
Okay.
So if you
So
need
when will I?
listen to me, slow down. If you need a copy of your bond conditions, you can get those on the first floor of the building, the clerk's office at State Court Clerk, 9151 Terra Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia, in the Justice Center. Now, you will speak with Mr. Laguda. He filed a waiver of your case on August 14th, which means that he waived your appearance today, but he's entering a plea of not guilty. A not guilty plea means you'll be preparing for trial, but you'll also be speaking with the state to entertain any offers that you may be willing to accept during that time. Your next move is to get in touch with your attorney.
Yes. And so when will I be notified for a possible other court date?
You'll get your notice in the mail. As long as your address is current, then you'll get those notices. If anything changes about your address, then you need to change your address by going to the State Court Clerk's website for Clayton County, Georgia, the Clayton County State Court Clerk website, and they'll have a QR code that will allow you to change your address and update that information.
Okay. And I don't have any information from Mr. Laguda. I don't know his office,
Okay, hold on. I'm going to chat to you his phone number before you leave before you leave and get out of the Zoom. You need to open the chat and then write down that information, because when you leave, it's going to disappear. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to put the chat in the information straight from what I have on my calendar.
Okay. All right.
All right. I sent it. Did you see it?
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Davis. Just make sure you write that down and contact Mr. Laguda. You're free to go at this time.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Demetrius Franklin.
Judge, Mr. Franklin is present in the courtroom.
All right. You are gonna conference, you just say he's present.
I'm sorry, Judge. I was just trying to check my calendar for any potential notes. Yes, Judge, I would request a brief conference.
All right, Draker Jermaine Gross.
Present in the courtroom, Judge. We will conference, and I don't know if we're appointed to.
We are appointed to Joseph, the cross defendant, and we will have to withdraw from that due to conflict from Joseph's case.
All right, so Ms. Val, so there's a co-defendant, T.A. Joseph. Let me find him on the calendar. Trevon Anthony Joseph, 2023 CR 00377, and we'll have to appoint conflict counsel for Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph, the attorneys who are present have a conflict in representing both you and your co-defendant. So we are going to appoint another attorney from our list to represent you. We're going to take all of the information that we have regarding your contact information, and we will give that to the attorney that we appoint. He's going to contact you. We're going to reset your case so that you'll have time to hear from that attorney, but don't panic. Even if you don't hear from that attorney by the time your next court case comes up, just come into court and your attorney will possibly meet you there, or we'll be able to give you more instructions, okay?
Okay. Can I ask you one question?
I'm sorry, come on up if you have a question.
Come forward.
Hey, good morning. How you doing, Judge?
Good morning. So, sir, like I said, we're going to go ahead and appoint another attorney to assist you. Did you have a question?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm having an issue with because the charge is showing up on my background. I'm in the process of a job offer right now that's kind of in limbo because of it. So I was wondering, is there a way I can get like a record restriction maybe?
Not until after the case is resolved.
Okay.
And also talk to your attorney about that, because some cases during the process of negotiation, the solicitor's office would have to agree to a record restriction, and some cases are not the type of cases that they can do a record restriction. So if that is important to you, make sure you ask your attorney about that so that when he talks to the state, that can be part of the negotiation, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, now I'm sorry that happens, but unfortunately that is, once it's on your record until it's resolved, that's what happens.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, Dracar Gross, y'all need a conference. What's going on with that?
Yes, Judge, I would request a brief conference.
All right. All right, the next case is Hardaway Marquez. Mr. Tipton has already announced that that case will be no pros, so the court will sign as soon as I receive it. Mr. Marquez, anybody on that case is free to go at this time. Willie Frank Johnson Jr. Willie Frank Johnson Jr.
State's going to request a bench warrant bond forfeiture, Your Honor.
There have been 2 notices returned. There's no attorney listed. Willie Frank Johnson Jr., there's going to be a bench warrant bond forfeiture granted in that case. Errol Lydell Jones. Errol Lydell Jones.
Your Honor, state's going to request a bench warrant.
All right, a court notice has been returned in that case. Errol Lydell Jones, the court is going to issue a bench warrant bond forfeiture in that case. And the next case is Trayvon Anthony Joseph. We have already discussed that that case is going to be reset for the appointment of conflict counsel. Miss Val, what are we putting that out, about 30 days?
Yes, ma'am. I think we should push it out into November, give them enough time. Let me see.
Yeah, that'll give them time.
Let's
All
say
right.
November 13th is the reset.
All right, thank you. Next is Jacqueline L. Lawrence. Jacqueline L. Lawrence. This might have come from upstairs.
She's present, Judge.
All right. So if she's not already with Lister Holton Dennis, she's eligible for appointment.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I think that my recommendation is just going to be a fine if she would like to hear the state's recommendation.
Is that so? If you want our office to be appointed to represent you, we can absolutely do that. The judge would appoint us. The prosecutor is indicating that his recommendation, if you want to go pro se, it's likely to be just a fine. So you can speak to him about that. Keep in mind if you say anything you need to in a later case. So, do you want to have an attorney appointed, or do you want to talk to the state director?
All right, while they're having that conversation, the next case is Mendez. Benjamin Mendez. This is Mr. Kesser's case. Has he filed a waiver?
Yes, and Ms. Val excused his client for today.
Okay, cool. Because it wasn't on the, but Mr. Kesser is always here. So it wasn't on. All right, Blake Mackenzie Moss. Blake Moss. All right, Mr. Yes.
Oh, sorry, he's on the Zoom. I didn't see him.
Mr. Moss, you're before the court for speeding 31 to 34 miles per hour over the limit. You do not have an attorney representing you. If you wish to have an attorney appointed, I can do that. Are you over the age of 21, sir? Mr. Moss? Okay, something's going on with your audio. It's not, I can't hear you, and you're not muted. All right, Mr. Moss, just let me know. Keep working on your audio and let me know when you're ready to come back. Tina Cherie Newell. Tina Cherie Newell. Last call for Tina Cherie Newell.
I'm going to request a bench warrant. Just a bench warrant.
All right, bench warrant will be granted. Pergentino Obano. Pergentino
Yes,
Obano.
ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Obano. So you're before the court for no insurance and no mirrors. Sir, if you can represent yourself if you wish to, or you can have an attorney represent you. Do you have somebody who's representing you, sir?
I represent myself.
Are you over 21?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Tipton, do you have a recommendation for no insurance and no mirrors?
I do, Your Honor, but before I go any further, I see there's someone there with Mr. Obono. Mr. Obono, do you understand everything we're saying in court? I just want to make sure we're not, that you don't need an interpreter.
You need an interpreter.
He does need an interpreter?
What language would that be?
Yes.
What's your primary language, Mr. Obono?
Spanish. Spanish.
Okay, so we have a Spanish interpreter on staff. Just give us a few minutes and she'll come in, okay?
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Obono, do you have, and we might be able to get this done before the interpreter gets here. Mr. Obono, do you have insurance now in your vehicle?
Yeah, yes.
Your Honor, I'll take his word for it, null cross.
All right, so Mr. Obono, your case is going to be dismissed and you're free to go at this time, okay? You,
Sorry, ma, I'm not listed.
okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
One second.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, su caso es desestimado.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Eres libre de irte.
Gracias, ma.
De nada.
Okay, gracias.
Gracias. De nada.
Lo siento, mi español es malo. Necesito para más práctica.
Gracias, muchas gracias.
All right.
De nada.
And Julian Max Rockingham. Rockingham.
He's present in court, Judge. If we could just have a brief conference to go over what's on the table for Mr. Rockingham.
All right. Next is Webster, Thomas Webster. I have that the notice was returned.
Your Honor, I'm going to go ahead and null process this case.
All right, Webster will be null process. All right, let me go through the calendar real quick, and then I'm gonna set up the conferences, and then I'll be waiting on y'all to give me an announcement, okay? So Banks is a waiver. Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Banks is a waiver. Baumgart is a plea. Cardwell is a conference. Yes.
No, I'm going to go ahead and enter that not guilty plea. I've already conferenced with him.
Cardwell?
Yes.
Okay. Cardwell is a not guilty plea. Collins is a conference. Compton is a plea eventually.
I think we're ready for the plea on that. Essentially, I'm just waiting to hear back from Mr. Timpton on one.
If you're waiting to hear back, then y'all not ready. Davis has 2 cases, not guilty. Franklin is a conference. Gross is a conference. Hardaway is a null pros. Johnson is a bench warrant bond forfeiture. Jones, bench warrant bond forfeiture. Joseph, that's a conflict counsel, and that's going to be reset. Lawrence, Mr. Lawrence, what were we doing with Mr. Lawrence's case?
Lawrence? Yeah, Judge,
Yeah.
she asked for us to be appointed.
Miss Lawrence, yeah, so that's going to be an appointment. So y'all are conference. Mendez is a waiver. Moss. Mr. Moss is, we were talking to Mr. Moss about his case, but he couldn't get his audio. Mr. Moss, can you say something? So Mr. Moss, this is the best thing that you can do. Get out of the Zoom. Come back in and choose device audio when you come back in. It's the same sign in. We're going to be right here. So just sign out, come back in, choose device audio or computer audio when you come back in, okay? And then that should help you. Tina Newell is a bench warrant. Obano is a null pros. Rockingham is a conference, and Webster is a null pros. So we'll hear announcements as necessary. Ms. Portorello, do you need to be placed in a breakout room with anyone?
Yes, Your Honor, if I could be placed in a breakout room with Miss Angel Collins.
All right. Ms. Collins is going to be in breakout room number 3 with Attorney Tortorello. Ms. Freeman, Annie Freeman is here. I'm not sure why that name is okay. Ms. Freeman is from the 10 o'clock calendar. She had a bench warrant on the 10 o'clock calendar, but she is now here. So
I was in a car accident.
Okay, today?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Ms. Freeman, I'm so sorry. Do you need a reset?
Yes, please.
Okay, see.
Actually, I was on my way to the court when I was in the car accident.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, so Ms. Freeman, so you have a lot of document cases. So just when you come back to court the next time,
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you have your current license, make sure you have that with you. And then that might help. Okay, so we're gonna reset you. Ms. Val, what can we reset Ms. Freeman to?
You want 30 or 60 days, Judge?
I'm sorry,
You want 30 days or 60 days?
30 days.
Let's do October 2nd.
Okay, so October 2nd. So it's gonna be the same login, Ms. Freeman.
Okay.
Come in, then you'll just come into the court, and then you can tell us what's going on with your case. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Be safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Lynch, did you need something?
Judge, I was just going to say, before I start conferencing, we are ready to go forward on a plea on Letitia Compton.
Okay. All right. Ms. Compton, raise your right. You're gonna have to turn your microphone on. Okay, there you are. Raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on case 2023 CR 00394, Letitia Shante Compton, for no license or following to close count 2. What does your client plead to the offenses before the court, Mr. Lynch?
I'm sorry, Judge. That's going to be a no contest plea to counts 1 and 2.
Right, by interim plea of no load to counts 1 and 2, Ms. Collins, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, Ms. Compton?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, on December 25th, 2022, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to an automobile accident on I-675 and Amble Block Road. There they made contact with the defendant, Ms. Compton. It was determined that Ms. Compton was operating a vehicle in a manner that was, she was driving her vehicle more closely than was reasonable, given the situation, given the all the circumstances of traffic, and she was driving it without a valid license. The state's recommendation, Your Honor, for count 1 is a $500 fine. Count 2 is a suspended fine of $100 in Clayton County, Georgia.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
Yes, Judge. I had spoken to Ms. Compton about her case. Judge, we are asking the state to accept the $500 fine recommendation and give Ms. Compton 60 days to pay. She has indicated she can get that fine paid in full within 60 days.
All right, so Ms. Compton, the fine is $500 on count 1. Count 2 will be a $100 fine, but that will be suspended, and count 2 will run concurrent with count 1. On the $500 fine, it'll be $737.50 with the surcharges. I'll give you 60 days in which to pay. Mr. Lynch, do you have her email address?
I don't believe that I do.
Okay, Ms. Compton, if you would chat your email address to Miss Amanda Wright, and it's RYTE. If you go to the chat.
Let me get my daughter right quick, because I don't know nothing about this Zoom thing. Aisha.
All right, Mr. Moss, you're back.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me better?
Hear you better, Mr. Moss. So Mr. Moss, you're charged with an obscene speed. And you're before the court with no attorney. Did you need an attorney to represent you, or did you want to represent yourself?
I'll represent myself.
All right, and you're over the age of 21?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Mr. Tipton, did you have a recommendation for Mr. Moss?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. State's recommendation in this case will be a $500 fine.
Mr. Moss, the $500 fine with the surcharges would be would be $737.50. And I could give you up to 60 days to pay without putting you on probation. We do have a pay-only probation option if you needed more time. And is he NOLO eligible, Mr. Tipton?
One moment, Your Honor. He is not, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Moss, you need to also be aware that that is a pretty high speed. You're not NOLO eligible. Points would come with that. I can't tell you how many points would come with that. But it would be between you and the Department of Driver Services for that. But it would be a $737.50 for the fine. Did you wish to do that plea today?
Did I get pulled over or did they write me a ticket?
I would assume so, Mr. Moss, but I can't give you the particulars. I'm just looking at what it says on my calendar.
So if I plead not guilty, then what?
You would have the opportunity to go to trial. I do caution you that if you wanted a bench trial, you could have a bench trial before just a judge. If you wanted a jury trial, it would be a judge and jury. You would have a 6-person jury. You would have plenty of time to prepare for trial, although I caution you that you might not want to represent yourself at trial because I wouldn't be able to treat you any differently than I would an attorney who knows all the rules of evidence and procedure. And it might be difficult for you to make arguments, for you to introduce evidence into the record of the court. It would be difficult for you to challenge any arguments made by the state or respond to any objections made by the state.
All right, I plead guilty.
Okay, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Mr. Moss, you're before the court on 2023 CR 00425 Blake Mackenzie Moss for speeding 31 to 34 miles per hour over the limit. You're entering a plea of guilty. By doing so, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please. I'm sorry, I have the recommendation. Factual basis, please, Mr. Tipp.
Yes, Your Honor. On November 18th of 2022, officers with the Clayton County Police Department, while conducting routine traffic patrol, did observe the defendant before you, Mr. Moss, driving down Terra Boulevard at a speed of 78 miles per hour and a 45 mile per hour. He was pulled over near the intersection with Battle Creek Road, and his speed was confirmed by a LiDAR, specifically LiDAR serial number LA00448.
All right, so Mr. Moss, the fine is $500. It's $737.50 with the surcharges. And sir, I can give you up to 60 days to pay. Did you need more time than that?
No, ma'am. I can do I can pay it over. If you send the email, I can pay it over online.
All right. So if you can chat your email address to Miss Amanda Wright, you know how to use the chat function?
I see the button that says chat.
Click on that. You'll see a name in blue. Click on the blue, and it should pull down a menu, and you're looking for Amanda Wright, R-Y-T-E. When you click on her name, it should open a box. Type in your email address, and hit send.
Okay, I go to chat and then,
Click on chat, and then do you see something, name in white inside a dark blue box or a navy blue box? Is there
it
a name?
says, who can see your messages?
Yeah. What does it say? Should it say everyone or a particular name? Do you see a name in a blue box?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Miss
I
Wright.
just sent him a message, a private message.
So Miss Wright sent you a message directly. Do you see that? Sometimes the message will be indicated by a red box with a white number in it.
Okay, it says, hi, please send, okay, so I need to type my email address into this. Okay, hold on.
All right, and once you type in the email address, make sure you check your email over the course of the next few days, because you're looking for an email from the state court clerk's office for Clayton County, and that'll have the information necessary for you to enter to pay online or by phone. Okay.
Okay, I just sent it. Did she receive it?
I did. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Don't miss the deadline, Mr. Moss, because if you do, an arrest warrant could issue. Okay.
No, ma'am, I'm not gonna miss it. I'm about to pay it as soon as I get the email.
All right. Thank you, sir. Take care.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Slow down, Mr. Moss. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lynch and Ms. Tortorella are still conferencing. We'll hold until we get more announcements. We only have really about 5 cases left, and we'll get those done pretty quickly.
Sorry,
Yes.
Judge, I can hang up, correct?
Yes, sir, you can. You're free to go.
All right, thank you.
Excuse me, Judge, did you finish with Miss Letitia Compton? Excuse me, Judge?
Let me get her for you, Miss Amanda. I'll find her for you. 1 second.
Thank you.
Hello? Who's asking? Hello?
Hi, it's Amanda.
Hey,
Were you were you finished with Miss Letitia Compton?
Yes, ma'am. If she sent you her email address, we're finished.
Yes, ma'am, she did. I just wanted to make sure before
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I have an announcement on behalf of Miss Angel Collins.
Stop.
Yeah, okay. Miss Collins, you can turn off your video until Judge Hayward gets back on the bench, okay?
Okay. Grilled white chicken, carrot, red cabbage, shrimp, white cheddar cheese, add cheese and garlic seasoning, gluten, everything with bagel seasoning.
Madam Deputy Chief, you're not muted. Madam Deputy, oh, okay.
Do we have announcements?
Your Honor, I just got off the phone with Mr. Lynch. We're working on some things now.
And Your Honor, for Miss Angel Collins, it will be a not guilty plea and we'll move forward and waive arraignment.
All right, not guilty for Angel Collins.
So see what it says right here? Yeah. She's right there. That's her.
That's the number
So
that.
seeing she's on here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Oh, that's I'm just kidding. We put me and Elise, I made Elise show me how to download it. They're all closed. They're all not on there, are they? That's fair. Okay, good.
Your Honor, I do have some announcements when the court is ready. Oh, thank you. As soon as the judge comes back on.
Yeah, well, you are. You should be feeling like.
Mr. Lynch, are we ready to wrap up now?
I believe so, Judge. So Judge, in the case of Mr. Gross, we would actually ask that that case be reset to the same day as the co-defendant, possible cross fifth at that point. Obviously, that's subject to the state's decision, but I think that it may be expedient to schedule that on the same date as the co-defendant.
All right, so the Mr. trying to find Mr. Jones, no, Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph is set for November 13th, so we'll reset gross to November 13th. If you all can look in the computer and determine who the attorney is when the conflict counsel is set, then go ahead and pre-try it with them so that we don't have to wait on you all getting that together, okay?
Sure.
All right, you got any other announcements? We still have seat from the 10 o'clock, Collins, Franklin, Lawrence, and Rockingham.
Yes, Judge. Few announcements. Mr. Rockingham, president of the courtroom, will waive formal reading and enter a not guilty plea today.
All right. Mr. Rockingham, you have a not guilty plea. Please make sure you keep in touch with your attorneys. If anything changes about your contact information, let them know.
You're free to go.
All right, who's next?
Ms. Lawrence, I believe we've submitted an appointment order, or we will do so shortly.
That's
She's going to enter a not guilty plea today.
All right. Ms. Lawrence, just please, if you have a bond condition that requires you to stay away from a particular person, please do so. Do not violate your bond conditions, and you're free to go at this time. Keep in touch with your attorneys. All right, next.
Mr. Franklin, Demetrius Franklin, we are going to enter a not guilty plea at this time.
All right, Mr. Franklin, please make sure that you keep in touch with your attorneys. You're entering a plea of not guilty. Oftentimes, when people have driving on a suspended or revoked license charges, they go right out and continue to drive and they get another charge. So please be mindful of that. Free to go. All right, who's next?
One moment, Your Honor, if I could just have one moment.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Judge. Ms. Seats is going to enter a negotiated plea to resolve both cases.
All right, bring the seats forward. All right, Ms. Seat, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. You were before the court for case 2024 CR 03005, assault, simple assault, count 1, disruption of the operation of a public school, count 2, and disorderly conduct, count 3. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plea to the offenses before the court?
Judge, she's asking the court to take no contest pleas to counts 2 and 3, and count 1 will be null pros pursuant to the agreement.
All right, and on the next case, Ms. Seats, you're before the court on 2024 CR 03006 for driving on a suspended or revoked license and speeding 16 to 20 miles per hour over the limit.
And Judge, I believe the no is going to be null pros, and she would like no contest plea on the speeding.
All right. All right, by entering the pleas of nolo on counts 2 and 3, and on the first case, and the entering the plea of nolo to count 2 on the second case, count 1 on both cases will be no pros. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. With regards to case ending in 3005, on April 27th, 2023, officers with the Clayton County Public Schools Police Department met with Principal Kimberly Grant regarding an incident that occurred between a parent and a teacher, that teacher being Miss Alexis, Alexis, Washington, common spelling. Based on the investigation, it was determined that the defendant before you, Miss Seats, put Miss Washington in reasonable fear of her safety by cursing and acting in an aggressive manner. Your Honor, the state's recommendation, and this did occur during regular school hours. Your Honor, the state's recommendation on count 2 is 12 months probation, a $500 fine. Do not return to the incident location, that being...
Mr. Tipton, I missed the first part of that. You glitched.
My apologies, Your Honor. It's 12, count 2 is 12 months probation, $500 fine, suspended. Do not return to Point South Middle School. And for count 3, 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served, balance probated, a $200 fine, 30 hours of community service, anger management, no contact directly or indirectly with Miss Alexis Washington.
All right, I'm sorry. I missed all of that. Okay, start again with number 3.
Yes, Your Honor. Time to serve 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Time served, balance probated, a $200 fine, 30 hours of community service, anger management, no contact with the victim, same victim as count 2, Alexis Washington. Do not return to the incident location.
All right. Okay, and on the case 03006.
Your Honor, on January 1st of 2024, officers with the Clayton County Police Department, while conducting routine traffic investigation, did observe the defendant before you, Miss Dion Seats, traveling down Highway 85 near Lees Mill Road, traveling at a speed of 65 miles per hour in a zone marked for 45 miles per hour. The speed was confirmed by LiDAR. The state's recommendation is a...
I'm sorry, you glitched again.
The state's recommendation is a $200 fine.
All right.
And Judge,
Right.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Mr. Lynch.
I was just gonna ask, because she is gonna need time to pay that. Can she like just pay that through probation? I guess I'm trying to think how it can be structured to where.
It's just gonna be 200.
Yeah.
I can pay.
All right, okay. How long you need?
Give me next week. I'll get paid.
Can she just? I guess I just would just ask for 30 days for her to pay the speeding fine.
She doesn't want to put it in with have it run concurrent with the other cases.
Actually, yeah.
Your Honor, I believe that if she is going to have to pay 2 probation supervision fees. One for each.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out a way. No. You know what?
All right.
Your Honor.
Hold on. Everybody stop. Ladies and gentlemen, we're conducting court. If you don't have a little red microphone with a little red slash through it, then that means I can hear everything going on. Now, I've already had a tour of Mr. Clark's bedroom, but it would be nice right now if I could continue to conduct the cases without having information coming in from other people. So I'm going to ask you to mute your device. Don't unmute your device until I tell you to unmute your device. All right, thank you. Okay, now what were you saying,
Your
Mr.
Honor, I believe that if there are two cases, I believe that they'll both have to have probation supervision fees, but I see that Ms. Nalband is on, so maybe she could clear that up for us.
Ms. Nalband?
Yes, Judge. It would only be one probation fee, even if there was 5 cases.
That's what I thought. Okay, all right, yeah, so we can run this concurrent with the case 2024 CR 03005. All right, so Miss Steve, I'm not sure what happened. Usually when I hear cases like this, it's some version of somebody was bullying my child or being unfair to my child. But this is the thing that I want you to know. When parents are consistently involved with the teachers, if they show up for the conferences, if they are proactive and they're coming in to meet the parents, the teachers whenever they can, then that teacher knows that your child is special to you. And so they will keep an eye out for that child. You're an interested parent. Teachers take an interest in kids whose parents are interested. And usually it doesn't get to the point where you have to come up there and make a scene, because they already know that you're an interested parent and your child, if something goes on with your child, they're going to let you know ahead of time. You don't have to find it out from your child. So when you're an interested parent and you're talking to the teachers from jump, if you can volunteer, when you are involved with your kids' teachers, things don't get to this level because you know everybody. And so I'm not sure what took it to this level, but there were some steps missed.
Can I say what happened? So
Yes, ma'am.
my son got jumped by 5 little boys that the teacher knew, like from the neighborhood. And my son told me that by the end of the day, this happened early in the day. My son called me when it was time to go home and told me that he got jumped on, and the teacher held him back while the 5 little boys that she knew from the neighborhood jumped on him. So when I got there, it took them like 30, 40 minutes for them to come into the office. The teacher there, I missed, demeanor was really nasty. And I did call her the B word. And that's all that was happening. The police officer took me outside and told me that I could not curse on there. I mean, curse on school properties, and she can arrest me for it. So before we left up out of there, Mrs. Grant told me that she's not, since we just recently moved to Georgia, that she wasn't going to press charges. It's just I wasn't able to come to the school anymore. And like a month later, I was getting arrested for the situation. And yeah, so that's what happened.
Okay, so the next time, if you have an issue where your child gets jumped on, you go to the police.
Right.
You go there. You go first.
Right.
And you tell them all that's going on.
Right.
Because they're going to be defensive about the teacher, especially if they don't know you. Like I said, if they know you as a parent, if you've gone to the open house, if you introduce yourself, if you let them know I'm an interested parent, and if something goes on with my child, I need you to let me know.
Right.
That's a teacher who's going to be on their P's and Q's when it comes to your child.
Right.
And I'm not telling you from the standpoint of a judge. I'm telling you from the standpoint of a mama and of a person whose mama did that. And the mama would have the information before I even got home. My mama would have already talked to the teacher.
Right.
You got me? Okay. So I'm going to accept your plea on the first case 2024 CR 03005. Count 1 will be no pros. Count 2 will be a NOLO plea. 12 months. Balance will be probated for 12 months for you to pay a fine in the amount of $500. The fine will be suspended. You're not to go back to Point South Middle, and you're not to have any contact with Alexis Washington. Is your child still in middle school?
He's in high school now.
Okay. Then on count 3, you're entering a plea of nolo. Count 3 will run concurrent with count 2. 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served, balance probated, for you to pay a fine in the amount of $200. That'll be $298 with the surcharges, 30 hours of community service, an anger management course, and you're to have no contact with Alexis Washington and not to go back to Point South Middle. On the case 2024 CR 03006, count 1 will be no pros, count 2 will be a nolo plea. That'll be a fine of $200. That'll also be $298 with the surcharges, and that'll run concurrent with the case 2024 CR 03005. And as an incentive to get this done, if you finish all of the fines and community service and anger management early, then I'll let your probation be non-reporting. All right.
Where do I go for these?
I'm gonna tell you, that's the next step. So when you leave the courtroom, you're gonna go into courtroom 305. The probation expert is gonna be in that first set of double doors. When you go to the courtroom next door, and they're gonna do the intake, ask any questions that you might have regarding anything that is specific to your situation that you need answers to. There, and also just make sure that when you start probation, that you go to your probation reports, that you, because that's the quickest way to get rearrested, just to not report. But the quicker you get these things done, the quicker you will be off probation, okay? All right, I get it. It's when you send your child out into the world, you still want to protect your child. But the best way to protect your child in any school setting is to be known by the teachers and administrators and to know the teachers and administrators. You got me?
Yes.
And in a helpful sense, hey, this is my child. I'm here. If you have any issues, give me a call. If I have issues, how do I contact you? All right, because it's work together.
Yes.
All right. You head on out through the double doors and you'll go into to the probation intake. You do not have to come back through the double doors into this courtroom, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
Good afternoon. This is Ricardo Mosby. I just want to make sure, I don't think we need to be here, but we got a notice. My client was already, we waived arraignment, so I just want to make sure I don't need to be here.
Okay, I haven't called the 1 o'clock calendar yet.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
But if you filed a waiver, then, okay. Let me check. The last case is Collins, Mr. Lynch.
I believe that Ms. Tortorello spoke to her, but my understanding is going to be a not guilty plea.
All right, Ms. Tortorello, confirm.
Yes, Your Honor, it's going to be a not guilty plea. And we will be waiving arraignment, formal arraignment.
All right. All right. So, Ms. Collins. Yeah, you gotta mute your device, ma'am. Hold on a second. So, Collins. All right, Ms. Collins, they're entering a not guilty on your behalf. Please make sure that you do not go out and get another driving on a suspended or revoked license, because people they tend to risk it. You know, I gotta drive. Well, you will get caught, so you don't want to get another one of these charges. So keep in touch with your attorney, and you'll get your next notice report in the mail. For the 1 o'clock calendar, this is the arraignment calendar, ladies and gentlemen. This may be the first time that your case has appeared on a formal calendar before the trial court. This is where your case can be resolved through a trial, a plea, or some administrative action. Everybody's entitled to have an attorney represent you. If you do not have an attorney, one can be appointed to you if you cannot afford one. The court will expect to hear 3 types of pleas: not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendory. Nolo, if you enter a plea of not guilty, that means that you wish to have a trial by jury or judge. That trial will take place at a later date, and you will have plenty of time to get ready for the trial. The court advises that If you plan to represent yourself at trial, you will have a difficult time because the court cannot treat you any differently than I would treat someone who is an attorney and trained in the rules of evidence and procedure. As a result, you may have difficulty challenging arguments made by the state. You may have difficulty responding to objections made by the state. You may have difficulty getting evidence into the record of the court. You may have difficulty understanding legal arguments that are made or making legal arguments on your own behalf. So please consider carefully if you plan to represent yourself. Now, if you are to go to trial, you do not have to do anything. You are not required to. The state has the burden of proving the case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have a Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination, which means that nobody can force you to testify. Nobody can force you to present evidence or testimony on your behalf. If you choose to do so, you may do so during the trial, but you're not required to do so. And if you were convicted, the maximum penalty could be up to 12 months in jail, a $5,000 fine, or both per offense. And if you were convicted and you believe that conviction was a mistake, then you could appeal your conviction to the Court of Appeals or the Supreme Court and get a different result. So these are all of the rights that you would have for going to trial. If you wish to enter a plea of guilty or nolo, we could resolve your case today. A guilty plea is that you believe you're guilty of the underlying offense, even if you don't agree with the facts as stated by the state's attorney, but you do believe that you committed the criminal offense. If you wish to enter a plea of nolo, a nolo plea means that you're not contesting the evidence that the state has, but you're also not entering a plea of guilty. A nolo plea has certain benefits for you. Particularly in this context, a nolo plea can benefit you with the Department of Driver Services if it is a traffic offense. Driver Services issues points for certain violations. A nolo plea could help you avoid points on your license. It could also help you avoid a suspension of your license, but you have to be NOLO eligible. That means you have to have a NOLO available to you, and you have not entered a NOLO plea within the last 5 years for the same or similar offense. Last couple of things. If you are under the age of 21 and it is a traffic offense, you only need 4 points to suspend your license, and that suspension will be a hard 6-month suspension, meaning that you will not have the opportunity to get a permit for school or work. So be mindful of that. If you are a commercial driver and you have a CDL and you take care of yourself and your family by making money driving, please be mindful that we cannot advise you as to what might happen to your CDL. That involves looking at your record, the rules of the road for the federal rules and the state rules. And so we can't tell you what might happen. You can enter a plea of not guilty if you wish to, do your research, and at the time you come back for trial, if you want to enter a plea at that time, the court is fine with that. If you want to go to trial, the court is fine with that. But at least you will know what you risk with respect to your ability to earn a living through your CDL. All right. I'm going to call the calendar. If you are here, ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to me that you got a Galaxy phone. I'm Android all the way, but that doesn't help me find you if I call your name and you're not able to unmute and let me know that you're here. So please put your first and last name on the screen. You're looking for the rename function. If you're not sure how to do that, watch a YouTube video on mute your device and watch the YouTube video, and then figure out how to rename yourself. Okay, the first name on the calendar is Zainab Oliyinka Akande. Zainab Akande.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. She's in the courtroom. Come forward, ma'am. Just stand right where I'm standing, Judge.
All right, Ms. Akande, you're charged with following too close and distracted driving. Did you have an attorney or wish to have an attorney appointed to you?
One appointed to me.
All right, so the law firm of Lister, Holton, Dennis, those attorneys are available, and Mr. Lynch is in the courtroom. So, Mr. Lynch, if you or Ms. Tortorella will be able to speak with her about her case.
Absolutely, Judge. I'll speak with her and we'll try to see if we can get something resolved today.
Right. Next is Kenesha Trinae Benton. Mr. Schoolcraft is the attorney. Kenesha Renee Benton.
Judge, I believe Mr. Schoolcraft filed a waiver. I see that, and I also had some communication with him since we represent the co-defendant.
Your Honor, if I may have a moment to confirm that I don't have a waiver on my calendar.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, he filed a waiver last night.
Wonderful. All right, Ms. Benton is free to go at this time. Please keep in touch with your attorney. Stacy William Clark.
Judge, Mr. Clark is present on the Zoom call. Mr. Clark, please unmute yourself. Judge, we were previously appointed to represent him on one of his matters. I thought we had gotten appointed to everything, but I am going to request that we be appointed to the remaining cases.
That's fine.
On today's calendar, those should be submitted. Judge,
All
for today's purposes, we'll waive formal arraignment and enter a not guilty plea.
All right, Mr. Clark, you have 3 cases pending on today's calendar. Sir, you already know you're for driving on a suspended or revoked license. Stop driving, because you got 3 pending that I know of. There could be others. But stop risking it, okay? This is gonna get ridiculous in a minute. Please keep in touch with your attorneys. You're free to go at this time. Thank you. Jaden Lamar Hammond.
Judge, that first matter, Lister and Holton Dennis, is still showing as appointed, but we did conflict off the other case that Mr. Mosby represents him on due to representing the co-defendant or the cross-defendant. And I believe that does still present a conflict since the case is still on.
All right, Mr. Mosby, are you representing Mr. Hammond on the both the cases?
Judge, I just got requested. I got one, and I'm more than happy if the court will appoint me on the other, given the
I'll
conflict.
appoint you on the other one. Go ahead and get me an appointment order. So on case 2022 CR 07426, it's a simple assault. And on case 2023 CR 09814, it's a simple battery.
Correct. And we did a waiver, Judge, on the simple battery.
Okay, so the court will extend your waiver to the previous case.
Yes, ma'am.
And just please keep in touch with the attorney, with the state's attorneys, and Mr. Hammond, keep in touch with Mr. Mosby.
Thank you, Judge. I have nothing further. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Good to see you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Daquan Khalil Lindsay, that's Miss Martin Stokes, and she filed a waiver. Lindsay is a waiver. Mr. Lindsay is free to go at this time. Please keep in touch with your attorney. Kalema Mills. Kalema Mills. Kalema Mills.
Your Honor, state's going to request a bench warrant.
Bench warrant will be granted under due note that the notice was returned on July 22nd, 2025. All right. Next is Sarah Maurice Morales Lopez.
Judge, that does list Lister, Holton Dennis, but I believe Stephen Fry actually represents her.
That's correct, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Stephen Fry filed a waiver. In this case, I believe he filed it today and sent to your office.
All right.
It's here, but he did file a waiver.
Ms. Bermudez, if you could interpret for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Morales Lopez.
Señorita Morales Lopez?
Sí, ¿qué soy?
Yes, that's me.
Your attorney, Mr. Stephen Fry.
Su abogado, el señor Stephen Fry?
Sí.
Yes.
He has filed what's called a waiver, which means that He is going to begin speaking with the state's attorney on your behalf.
Él ha presentado lo que se llama el formulario de renuncia. Lo que esto significa es que él va a comenzar a hablar con con el abogado del estado, con el fiscal de su parte.
You're free to go at this time. Just keep in touch with Mr. Fry.
Usted puede retirarse en estos momentos. Solamente manténgase en contacto con el señor Fry.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
If anything changes about your address, Mr. Fry will tell you how to update it with the court.
Si algo cambia con referencia a su dirección, el señor Fry le va a decir cómo ponerla al día con el tribunal.
Sí, está bien, muchas gracias.
Yes, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Tracy Michelle Morgan. Tracy Michelle Morgan. Last call for Tracy Michelle Morgan.
Your Honor, it's just an expired text. It's going to null cross.
All right, the case against Ms. Morgan will be null crossed. Thank you, Mr. Tipton. Terrence Henderson Terrence Newberry or Terrence Henderson Newberry?
Judge, we represent Mr. Newberry. Guilty plea to discuss the possibility of entering a cross fifth with Mr. Schoolcraft.
All right. So, Mr. Newberry, you're entering a plea of not guilty. Please make sure that if you have bond conditions that require you to stay away from a particular place or a particular person, please to adhere to those bond conditions. Keep in touch with your attorneys, and then they will advise you as to what the next steps are, okay? Next is
Yes, ma'am.
LaQuincia Presley. LaQuincia Presley.
Your Honor, state's going to move for a bench warrant.
All right. LaQuincia Presley, last call. Bench warrant will be granted. Jocelyn Silva. Jocelyn Silva. Last call for Jocelyn Silva.
Your Honor, state's going to request a bench warrant.
Bench warrant will be granted. Junia Taylor. Junia Taylor.
Your Honor,
Junia.
state's going to request a bench warrant.
Junia Taylor. Bench warrant will be granted. And Jaden Thomas. Jaden Thomas.
State's going to request a bench warrant, Your Honor.
Bench warrant will be granted. Next is Robert Orlando Walker. Robert Orlando Walker.
Your Honor, state's going to request a bench warrant.
Robert Orlando Walker. Bench warrant will be granted. Anaya Tayasha Weekfall.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Weekfall, you're charged with 35 plus miles an hour over the limit. You're also charged with seatbelt violation. You just wanted to go straight through the windshield, I guess.
No.
So, ma'am, I need to see you. Start your video for me.
Okay, that's fine.
There you are.
Can you see me?
Hi.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
I was trying to make sure you could see me.
I see you. So, ma'am, we don't have an attorney for you. Do you need to have an attorney appointed to you?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
21.
Good thing. Just saying. I mean, if you're going to fly in a car, you want to be over 21. All right, ma'am, I'm going to appoint the law firm of Lister Holt and Dennis to assist you with this matter. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lynch or Ms. Tortorello?
Yes, Your Honor. I would need to conference with her.
Okay, so Miss Weekfall, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Miss Tortorello at the appropriate time. Just let me get through the rest of the calendar, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
The next case is Demetrius LaShawn Westry. Demetrius LaShawn Westry. Demetrius LaShawn Westry.
State moves for a bench warrant, Your Honor.
All right, bench warrant will be granted. Another one flying in a car. Corbin Alexander Williams.
Judge, he's present in the courtroom. He's approaching the podium.
He's what? I'm sorry. All right, Mr. Williams,
Yes.
you're charged with leaving the scene of an accident. Sir, did you wish to have an attorney represent you or did you wish to represent yourself?
I was seeking for a one-time continuance to find an attorney to represent me.
All right, so sir, I'm going to give you a 30-day continuance so that you might hire a counsel. Attorneys cost. And so when people come and they request an attorney, they don't get started right away and they don't anticipate that they're going to have to pay right away. Please understand, you have 30 days. So get started right away to find an attorney to assist you. And that means not paying an attorney to assist you. Because if Mr. Green doesn't walk through their door, they don't walk through my door. You got me?
Yes, Judge, am I NOLO eligible? I'm sorry.
I'm not sure. Mr. Tipton or Miss King, I'm sorry, whoever's working this case.
Your Honor, I'm handling this case.
All right.
And Your Honor, Mr. Williams actually has 2 cases.
Okay, I only see one on the calendar. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I go down to the next page. Yeah, he does. So, Mr. Williams, you have the leaving the scene, but you also have a no license, driving on a suspended or revoked license, another leaving the scene, and a seatbelt violation. So, yeah, you might be NOLO eligible on one, but probably not the second.
Okay.
So, you need 30 days to find an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so when you come back in 30 days, don't tell me that you couldn't find an attorney, okay?
That won't happen.
All right, thank you.
Reset, Judge. It's gonna be October 2nd.
Okay, sir, Mr. Williams, this is gonna be October 2nd is gonna be your date. So that way you can tell an attorney, and please don't hire the attorney last minute. Nothing an attorney hates worse than somebody coming to them the day before the court and saying, hey, can you represent me tomorrow? That's not gonna happen. So make sure you start on that now. But the date that you can tell them is October 2nd.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Just leaving the scenes, leaving scenes. All right, so Ms. Tortorella, I'm gonna put Ms. Weekfall in a breakout room with you. Mr. Lynch, what's happening with Ms. Akande?
Judge, I'm about to speak to Ms. Akande. I've requested the documents from the state, but while they get those together, I can go over what I know about these cases with her and probably come to some understanding.
All right, so yes.
Your Honor, if the state could also provide me with the accusation and police report for Ms. Weekfall, I appreciate it.
All right, Ms. Tortorella, I'm putting you in breakout room number 1. I'm going to put Ms. Weekfall in breakout room number 1, and we'll be back.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Mr. Conde, I'm going to speak to you in one moment. Okay, here we go.
Want me to mute it?
Say what?
You want me to mute it?
Oh, no, that's okay. I'm going to conference. I mean, I guess you can mute it. In case somebody starts saying stuff. Ooh. Good afternoon. I'm just trying to confirm if somebody from the state can send me the documents for Ms. Akonde in the courtroom. Or just, yeah.
Mr. Lynch, I just sent those to you. I apologize for the delay. I was having some technical issues on this end.
No worries. Thank you. Oh, I see it. Thank you. Just review that and we may have some.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Lynch, too. I forgot to include the restitution amount. Let me send that to you right now. Oh, no, wait, I didn't. I didn't include the blue sheet, I don't think. I'll bring that down to you right now.
Jesus, court don't last that long. Patty, are you eating? I'm behind you. Are you eating? Eat your nuggets. Not
Miss,
yet?
Hello, Miss Collins. Can you mute your phone, please? Mute your device until the judge comes.
Sorry, there was an accident.
Okay, are we ready?
Your Honor, I just spoke with Mr. Lynch. He has stepped out to speak to one of his clients.
There was only 2 left. Ms. Tortorella, are you ready on weak fall?
I think Ms. Tortorella is still in the conference room with Ms. Wheatfall.
Your Honor,
Yes.
is there any other case that I'm going to be needed for?
I don't think so, Ms. Bermudez. You're free to go at this time. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bermudez. Always great to see you.
You're very welcome. You as well.
Mr. Tipton, can you ask Mr. Lynch if he's ready on Akande?
Yes, Your Honor. I will get Mr. Lynch to return to the courtroom.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I apologize for the delay. I was speaking to Ms. Akande.
All right, are you ready?
Oh, you just asking for the announcement?
Yeah.
It's, I think Mr. Tipton's walking back, but our announcement is going to be, or should I wait for Mr. Tipton?
You can make it.
Okay, so Judge, Ms. Akande is going to enter a not guilty plea, but we would request that this be there's no
That there would be what? I'm sorry, you glitched.
Judge, we're pleading not guilty and requesting a bench trial rather than a jury trial. Ms. Akande is comfortable with the bench
All right.
trial matter.
Sounds good. We'll put on a bench trial. Ms. Val, if you move Akande to the bench trial calendar.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Tipton, Akande's requesting a bench trial.
Yes, Your Honor. No objection from the state.
All right. And the last case is Mr. Varela. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, I have an announcement for Miss Ania Weekfall.
All right, Ms. Tortorella, go ahead.
That will be a not guilty plea, and we're waiting for more rain.
All right, not guilty. That announcement concludes the calendar. And y'all just continue to speak, and we will see you next time. Thank you.
All right.